by a maskless photo and storms out of meeting for being confronted by a parent, a strong woman. So I guess there was a video online that was posted and on Facebook or something of a school board meeting, and this lady in a yellow shirt right here is a parent or a visitor or whatever speaking. I guess she was speaking about a video a picture that was shared of a school board member at a school. I guess the school district is having math. Unfortunately, and this board member didn't like that woman talking about her, and her taking a picture of her kids with mask on, and that board member didn't have a mask on apparently. So, but I don't disagree with that mother. So in a yellow shirt, and I do disagree with that the woman in the gray shirt walking away. That was the board member that was walking away. That's disrespectful to the public. Walking away for being confronted about a picture that you took of me with kids, and how it's hypocritical, because it was hypocritical. Board members should not walk away from parents speaking. That's disrespectful, and that needs to stop. So, I think she's just embarrassed for her actions and don't want to admit her actions at the meeting, or anywhere. So she just walks away, which makes her walking away at that, and the lady in the gray shirt walking away, which was the board member. That just makes the situation worse. Makes you look worse than you already did. What you done with the picture was worse enough, but walking out like that was not adult-like. That's not how it's supposed to be. So, yeah. Now we got this liberal Canadian Prime Minister, which I disagree with. Canada needs better too. Canada needs freedom. I don't know what the Canada Constitution is, but the Canadian people don't like it. What they're doing. Canadian Prime Minister slammed as communist dictator. By his own. For Convoy West. So that's good for him. He is a dictator. He should be a Canadian communist dictator as his title, because that's what he is. So that's good. That's awesome. So he needs to be this guy right here, and Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Biden and Harris and Obama and everyone else and all the Democrats need to be called a dictator, because he's a liberal. He is a dictator. Biden's a dictator. Harris is a dictator. Pelosi's a really dictator. And Chuck Schumer's a dictator. And rhinos are dictators. And Democrat politicians, governors, mayors, city council Democrats, Senate Democrats, House of Representatives, state people, and U.S. Congress Democrats. Or anyone that's a Democrat or a wino is a dictator, and he's a dictator. All Democrats are dictators, and all winos are dictators. And that's his title. That's what his title should be. Because he is a dictator, just like North Korea. And people like Biden and the Canada Prime Minister needs to be stopped. Okay. AOC squad under fire as own Democrat Party rejects their deeply problematic, quote-unquote, agenda. So, finally, Democrats are starting, the U.S. Congress are starting to hopefully, stand up. Finally. This is a good story. So I guess the Democrat Party are tired of AOC squad, and they quote-unquote in this news article, their own party, the own Democrat Party, is starting to disagree with the squad, which is great. So they're starting to disagree with the squad. Their own party is rejecting the squad and calling it a deeply problematic agenda that these AOC Democrats are doing, which is a great term for them. It's a great quote-unquote for them, because the Democrat agenda, the progressive agenda from AOC is and Biden's agenda, and Harris and everyone's agenda in the Democrat Party right now, and AOC's agenda, and Omar's agenda is deeply, yes, it is deeply problematic, and I'm glad that certain Democrats are calling them out finally. So that's a great story, and great for us for midterms, for this story coming out. So maybe that will make those constituents and like of AOC and Omar make those people that voted for them originally will think maybe, hey, maybe they're deeply problematic, you know. So here's the article. So, and then finally, the last thing is bad sportsmanship. Michigan college coaches sling during post-game handshake sparks fight. So I guess Wisconsin and Michigan, two Democrat states already, had a college basketball game on Saturday night or Sunday night a couple nights ago, and I guess the Michigan coach got mad because Michigan lost, and he punched the Wisconsin coach for losing to Wisconsin, which is poor sportsmanship, and it shows that America is crazy right now. We're divided as ever. And Michigan's Democrat, liberal, so, and that shows the true colors of Michigan. That was not good sportsmanship. That was horrible. So we need better. This country needs help. The policies that this country is making and Canada's making, and everything that's going on with the transgender stuff, with everything, needs to stop. We need help. So Jesus, help us continue to pray for America. Okay? And now the final story I want to get at is Indiana. As you know, I live in Indiana. And some school districts in Indiana and a local a city that I live in, and their local school district, their kids have to wear masks right now. So Indiana Department of Health, which has been nibble all this time here, so I used to recommend Indiana used to have to quarantine and used to have to contact trace, but schools with mask mandate would not have to quarantine. However, there was guidance on Friday, I think. Guidance on Thursday or Friday last week, which is great guidance. It's great news for us. Starting this Wednesday, tomorrow, while watching this, it's Monday, so in 2 days for me. Most Indiana schools, all Indiana schools, starting on the 23rd, will no longer have to quarantine or close contact. So, regardless of vaccination status or mask mandate, because schools, kids that were vaccinated and teachers that were vaccinated with booster did not have to quarantine before. And schools with mask mandates didn't have to quarantine. Now, regardless of a mask decision from the school board or vaccination status of a student, no student has to quarantine anymore in Indiana or close contact, which is great. So maybe after this news, many Indiana school districts, Democrat districts, have removed, like Fort Wayne, removed quarantine, the mask. So in this school district where I live, in my area, there's 4 school districts, and the other 3 don't have a mask mandate, but ours is, okay, so there's one school in Wabash County where I live that don't have mask mandate at all, and that's called MSD, and Manchester is in Wabash County. We have during the red zone, there's like 4 zones. In red zone for Manchester, they have to wear a mask. But orange and yellow and blue for Manchester, they don't have to. For Wabash City Schools, they have a mask mandate for similar to Manchester's, but a little bit different. Red and orange mask you have to wear. And then we have to, when we get into yellow, we have to stay in yellow for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks in the yellow, then we can take off masks. And so far, Wabash County for us, unfortunately, been in orange or red. So we've been masked